New page. Hi everyone. This is a live stream, so if you click on the live chat button, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Just getting my chat up. There we've got. Right, might as well go back over there now. I'm going to carry on with the Hanna Karlzon picture. You would have seen this book that I've done all the backgrounds in it. It might actually be a bit. You hear how thick that is on paper now. I'm just getting a nice thumbnail. Trying to anyway. Good evening, everyone. Hi, Kirsty. Hi, Tammy. Hanna Karlzon. Know the book that I've done all the backgrounds in. I'm slowly but surely getting through it. So I'm using ink tints, and I'm going to work on this page. I think I'm going to go with greens for the all the little pots and doodads. I'm alright. I was poorly yesterday. I'm still not feeling 100%, but I'm feeling a little bit better. I didn't want to miss streaming. How's everyone else? Well, one thing I've not got out ready. I've not got my swatch book out because these ink tints do not look anything like the pencils, so I do need to check the colours that I'm after. I want this one to be green, so bear with me and check. Beach green. Where are you? I wish they would have put the letter in a bit bigger. Sometimes I can't read these. Tiny. There we go. And beach green. Felt green. Which is there. I'm going to start off with these two. I've just spent the last probably nearly 2 hours, probably an hour and a half, keeping an eye on Sammy's stream, but then I had to sort Isabel out. So I will bring you closer in once I've started. I literally have to keep something on the other side now to keep the book open because it's got that thick. It's ridiculous, actually. Right. So they're sharpened. They're all right. Water brush out. Ready? Are we all right there? I think I'll just change the angle very, very slightly. Let me check on. That's better. I saw your finished the Pony the Unicorn page, Kirsty. That was lovely. You did a really good job on that one. Hiya, Lauren. How are you? Did you like my dinosaur picture? I was quite happy with how that turned out, actually. Yes, before anybody says I've not done my nails. I used Neo Colour 2 on the wings. Tried to do a galaxy effect. But yeah, like I said, for the past couple of hours, I've just been watching Sammy's, well, on and off. I couldn't sit there for 2 hours watching it. I was just popping it on and off when I could do. Just listening to her in the background. Is anybody else working on anything? I didn't know what the internet connection would be like, to be honest. With this weather that we're having. I thought I might have a bit of trouble. Well, you won't believe as well what I've gone and done. Well, all three of us. I was going through the forms last night to do the ESTA for the holiday. And Lewis's passport runs out at the end of next month. And if you know when you go away, you have to have at least 6 months left on your passport. So I had to run to the post office today. I had to send the forms off with my dad to then get his boss to sign it to say that he knows Lewis. We've then had to make an emergency appointment in Liverpool for Saturday, so Isabel can't go to physio. And that emergency appointment has cost us £127. Oh yes, so we have to wait 8 days after that appointment. So it's going to be like, not next Saturday, probably Monday, Tuesday of the week after that we'll get it. It'll be like the week before. I can't believe that we didn't even check it. Because children's passports don't last as long as adults. I think I've got another 5 years left on mine. So yeah, I'm a bit annoyed to say the least. What hashtag is that, Tammy? Lauren, you're working in the Anna Franklin's page. Is that from the Colour in Heaven one? And Kirsty, you're not working on anything, you're waiting for Terror and Terror to fall asleep. I've not managed, this is the first time I've managed to sit down and actually colour today. I did them pictures this morning because I just didn't want to last night. The lighting was terrible. So I wanted to wait till it was daytime. Go in with this bit. I've only done one picture from that Colour in Heaven. I wish that it was in the store and I could have flipped through it, because in total honesty, there's not many pages that I will do out of it. I might come back to it, you know, Halloween time. But yeah, I've only done the one page out of that. And it's fun in the sun. Well, we could all do a bit of that right now, couldn't we? That's a good tag. I'm not joining in any more tags at the moment. I'm just sort of doing what I want to. Although I think Sammy's doing a colour, like your forgotten PDFs and stuff. But my printer is still playing me up. So I'm going to have to search through my PDFs and see if I can get it working again. Oh, are you going to have to wait, Kirsty, if you want to film the haul video? To be honest, I think I've filmed a haul and I've actually started in one of the boots before. I mean, people don't mind. I don't think they'd be too bothered if you'd started a page. Maybe take a picture of the page that you're going to start and then add that in, like edit it in so they can see what it looks like before you've touched it. You know, if you really, really want to start anywhere. Yeah, it's lovely, that one, isn't it? Laura Rafferty, she was on the stream before and I was looking at a book online, and I think with shipping it works at about £40. I said I'll message her later on Instagram, because I'm pretty sure she said once these are run out, they're not being reprinted. So it's sort of like, if you don't get them now, you're not going to get them ever. I can sort of understand the price tag, but it's just expensive with the postage. And I imagine that the paper in that book is really good as well. That's probably another reason why it's a little bit more expensive. And you'll probably hear Isabel as well. She's still awake. Oh, portrait circles or circle portraits. One of the ones. It's not brand new, no. And she's only brought the one book out, I believe. Circle portraits, I think it is. Let me just go on to me actually, because I've got it there and I'll be able to share the link. I can do that now. I'm finally getting used to this. Right, where is share? My favourites. It might take me a while to scroll through them because I've got quite a few favourites. Right, there it is. How do I share? Right, I'm just going to copy the link. Copy. And I'll paste it into the chat. There you go. It is really lovely. Well, especially after us forking out another £127 for something to do with the holiday. I don't think I can justify it just yet, unfortunately. But we'll see. Was that book that you got, was it off Rob for Valentine's Day? Or did you just buy it yourself? I can't remember what you said now. Hey Jude, welcome. Oh, I'm sweating cobs in here now. We've got the radiators on. It's boiling. Right. I'm gonna wet that now, and then we'll see what it looks like, and then we'll go in with the darker shade. We don't do Valentine's Day, to be honest. I mean, we're going out for something to eat at the weekend, but we usually do that once a month anyway. So it's just, you know, it's just landed on that day. But I mean, I won't go out my way to do Valentine's Day. Why do you have to show each other one day a year? But I'd appreciate a card if he gets me a card. Right, I'm going to start at the top and work my way down. Jude, did you like my picture of the dinosaurs? I saw that you commented on it. I've not got back to all the comments on Instagram yet. It was really fun, that one. I used pan pastels over the black acrylic on the background, and it worked out really well, actually. And this is a previous picture that I've done. I've done all the background in this book. So I'm slowly but surely getting there. I'll show you when I've done this little bit here. I'll go through and show you. Hey Sue, how are you today? Yeah, I'll show you from the start. As I know a couple of people might not have seen this book, the one that I've done it. Yeah, I've finished it now, Jude. I added the picture, I think it was this morning. Right, this one's nothing special. It's just all Posca. But I will go over that with something else. I started this with pan pastel for a skin and the fox. And I think I used gelatos. I can't quite remember every single medium that I've done. I mean, it was months ago. Can't remember every single one. Watercolour and Pentel gel pen. Soft pastels and gel pen. There'll be a sort of reoccurring thing here. Yeah, I've added it on there, Jude. I did a couple of pictures actually. So this is one of the finished ones. I think that was Black Widow pencils and ink tents, I believe. I think that was one of the first ones I did in this one actually. Neo colours and nail polish. Gold nail polish on this side and silver on this side. I didn't have any glitter at the time, so I just thought that would work, and it turned out quite alright actually. I believe that was Arteza acrylic paint, or the metallic-y one. It was the black background. Distress ink. Ganzai Tambi watercolour and acrylic paint, and I've started all the Blurry's Crayola super tips, so I do need to go over. So yeah, I'm alright, thank you. I was a bit poorly yesterday, but I'm feeling better now. Am I taking colouring things with me? Of course I am. I've even had to check online whether I could take a pencil sharpener on the airplane, and I can, luckily. I think I'm going to take, because it's my smallest set of pencils, but I don't have to use water, my Black Widows. I mean, if something happened to them, then it's not the end of the world. They're not the really expensive ones. But I've not decided what book I'm going with yet. Visiting Michael's, I won't be leaving Disney World. I won't be leaving Disney World at all. Once I'm on that coach and in the hotel, I won't be leaving because I'll be too terrified. It's just me and my son going on our own. But we will go back. Me and my husband have already spoke about it. We will go back in the future. So when he comes with me, then we can go to all them places and I can have a look. Rain change for less. Oh yeah, I've not seen you before. Welcome. I can't remember. I think it was watercolour, this background, or it was very watered down acrylic paint. I just need to take something with me that's sort of a mixture of everything. You've done that because you knew I was streaming, didn't you? I didn't know you were doing it. I thought you said you were doing it. After just saying that about Valentine's Day, he's just walked in with them.
It's not for Valentine's Day, bottom.
All right, thank you.
I'm buying a £4 box of chocolate.
I've literally just been talking about it. I think this was Prismacolor pencils. I'm pretty sure. Anyway. Oh, so you've seen it now, Jude. Okay. Oil pastels. I'm not overly happy with this one. I will go over it with paints. I'll have to turn the radiators down soon. It's 19 in there now. Ink tints on this one. I do apologise if you're not interested in this, but some of you might not have seen it. I did this one while we was away for the weekend. That's why there's no background, and I'm not planning on going back and doing a background on that either. Neocolor 2s. No, it's alright, I'll keep an eye on it. I've started the skin, Pan Pastel skin and Crayola Super Tip, and I wasn't happy at all. I know you can't see it here, but it's very, very, very patchy, so I'm going to have to go over that with something else. You're trying to multitask. You're doing well. The Sweet Shop colouring book. Is it the old-fashioned Sweetie Shop? I think I've seen that actually, see. I think I have seen that one. Pan Pastel, glitter gel pen, ink tints, oil pastels, washi tape, liquid pearls. I'm just trying to do this a bit quicker now. Black acrylic paint and glitter. That is ink tints and washi tape. That's all Prismacolor. All of that, and I've gone over with Wink Stella as well. Neocolor 2s. Soft pastel, that's not done. I do need to come back to this, but I need to pick the colours of the knight and the horse before I do. This was all stickles, ink tints, soft pastels, ink tints again with the silver nail polish over the top, ink tint and soft pastels, acrylic paint, which I feel like I've messed this up. I wanted it to be like a nighttime scene, and it looks like there's a fire in the background, so I'm just gonna have to go with it. I do really like this one, where it rendered the whole image in the fish with the ink tints. I really, really like that one. She's done. My sweetie girl, I believe that this is on the channel. I'm pretty sure this one is on the channel actually. I did this as a live stream. This is like collage, like tissue paper. My PVA glued it down. Now I've got a bit of a transfer there. What's that from? That is from the Spectrum Noir Sparkle pens, unfortunately. The Jane Davenport Silky Skin Sticks. I can't believe I'm remembering all these. Black acrylic and gel pen. Watercolour paints, acrylic paints. This one that I'm working on is ink tints. Then we've got, this one is full on collage. Rain change for less, you a lurker, that is absolutely fine, don't worry about it. Kirsty, you like the fish one? I really enjoyed doing that one. I really enjoyed doing this one as well. This was, I didn't realise I like collage as much as I do. It's really messy, but it's fun. Watercolour washi tape glitter, and that 3D liquid stuff. This is one that I recently finished, and all of this is watercolour. The whole thing, the background to her. I've gone over it with Wink Stella as well on the I know it's not picking up on camera, but I promise you it's sparkly. Winsor & Newton ink. I honestly didn't really know what to do with that one. Do you like the burning sky? It wasn't meant to look like that though, so I'm just gonna have to go with it. Unfortunately, it does just look. It looks like a burning sky, like the whole city's burning down, which is terrible. I think this is Neocolour, pretty sure, and then Stickles. Neocolour. Winsor & Newton ink again. Don't talk about that first. Let's pretend that's not there. Well, we'll see when it's finished. We'll see if it's a happy accident. We'll see. And the what watercolour is that? KGA Designs by Ken. That's the watercolour on this one. I think that's the last one. Yep. So I'm sorry, I know you didn't ask for a flip through, but I wanted to give one because I like this book, and it took me a very long time to get all them backgrounds done. So let's carry on. I swear to God, it was only 2 days ago I said I was going on a diet. I've even bought a fitness DVD and it walks in with chocolates. I know that's dead sweet of him, but still, I'm never going to lose weight. What do we think of this green with the orange in the background? Before anybody says I've got no willpower when it comes to chocolate, if it's in the house I will eat it. Oh, brilliant. How many emails did it take, Kirsta? I told you that the customer service isn't that good. They said I ordered quite a few Neocolour 2s, just everybody else isn't aware. And I got them out in the post, and one of them was a Neocolour 1. Well, obviously I can't use that the same way. So I emailed Jackson Arts and explained that obviously this is wrong, etc., etc. And it was probably about 4 or 5 emails between each other, all also sending pictures. It was like they didn't believe me over a £1.40 or however much it was. Crayon. Long story short, they ended up sending out the crayon, and Kirsty's had the same problem. They've sent out her order with missing things. So about 5. It's ridiculous. But I'm glad you've got it sorted anyway. Right, let's work on the other one. Where's my colour swatchy book thing? Does it fall at the bottom? Yeah, it has. Right, so we've got the oranges, greens. I think I'm going to stick on the green side for this page. Work on this side now, just while that side's drying. So I set off for nursery as well this morning, and Isabel got a new buggy / wheelchair from the wheelchair services that sorts it all out for her, and it started hailstoning not even 10 steps away from our door, and the wind was terrible and the hood has flown off. It wasn't even properly attached, so now I have to wait until Thursday before anybody will come out and attempt to fix it. And I spoke to the guy on the phone and he said we might not be able to fix it, so we might have to duct tape it together. Well, obviously that's not ideal when we have to take it apart to fit it in the car, so I don't know what's going to happen. Yep, so I had to walk back from nursery pushing her, and then the hood, which is not a small hood by any means, under my arm, pushing her home in the hailstorm and the wind. So that was fun. But I've warned them. I said if I've not got a cover for her, I'm not taking her to nursery if it's raining tomorrow. There's no chance I'm not having that child ill again. This is more like a turquoise green by the looks of it. I am looking at my swatches. They do look at, I swatched them on watercolour paper and they do look a little bit different. Yeah, he does, yeah, he drives me dad, but he's not got a car seat. And I only see him on a Tuesday. You know, so it's every other day. He's only days off a Tuesday. So yeah, he's not got a car seat in the car, so we can't give us a lift, unfortunately. He tried fixing it this morning by hitting the back of it. Made her cry because she doesn't understand. It was a shame. That's mental, isn't it? Try to fix it with brute force. Right, let's get this one right now. Oh yeah, I shouted at him. I shouted at him. Oh, I really like this shade. I have got a picture in mind as well that I want to start for Sammy's tag. I'm just waiting for it. I can't remember the name of the tag. It's one of Momo Girl's PDFs that I got off Etsy from, oh gosh, what's that store called? The really popular one. Oh gosh, what is it called? I've ordered from them a couple of times. I can't remember what they're called now. I'll be searching forever. Is it World Book or something like that? New Book. Yeah, anyway, so I've downloaded it off there, and I downloaded it weeks ago. And it's just sat in my folder, so I think I'm going to use that one because it's dead cute. It's a little girl. Really long hair. So I'll start that one probably tomorrow when I say. I've not actually done any of the images out of this month's Colour in Heaven yet. That's naughty, isn't it? Like the Forest Girl. I know what the Forest Girl one is. Only enough. Have you seen the it is the new one by Momo Girl. Oh gosh, what's it called? Beautiful. Oh no, Love Letters, that's it. It's called Love Letters. And it looks more like a book, a pink one. I really like that one. It's got an original art, I believe, at the front. But let's see how I get on with that PDF, because I might colour it in and go, you know, it's not my cup of tea, but I do really like the images in there. I told you, Kirsty, as soon as you start buying colouring books, you'll just want more and more, I warn you. Yeah, I think it works out about almost £30, I think, for one book. Which, update on the Mariola Budek, I've already told you, Kirsty. But basically, long story short, there's nothing really that she can do. I could have sent the book back and sent the, you know, the extra PDFs back, but it would have cost me to send it back half of the price of the book. You know, so there was no point in that. She offered to send me the PDF of the destroyed one, but that was just the one page. I mean, I can't do watercolour in any of them now. So you probably won't see that book or them PDFs on the channel. It was just a pre-warning anyway, and I think she has put it back up on the store now, but you probably won't see that on the channel now. I'm just going to see what this darker one is like over the top. By no means is that me bashing the artist or anything. I still love Mariola Budek's work. It's fantastic. It was just very unfortunate that she didn't put in the description, like the information box, that it's not very good for water mediums. But she's done that now, so you know it won't happen to anybody else. It's just one of them things. I think I need to sharpen this. With my ink tents, I don't use the crank sharpener. Which one's this called? It's a M&R sharpener. This is what I was using for my prisms for quite a while before I got the crank one. And it is quite good. It does give a good tip. I could do with emptying that really. I think that's just laziness. Let's start this bit at the bottom. I'm hoping that I don't even have to go in with normal colour pencils over the top of this, but we'll see. It felt like that dinosaur picture took me forever, even though it was only 2 days. It was probably about 5 or 6 hours, all in all, which I don't think is too bad for a double page spread. So I've finished 2 now in Kirby's book. I didn't want to do another one tonight because I'll end up getting the same way as I did with this book. So I'll come back to it in a few nights. By the sounds of it, that wind is easing up just a tad. Honestly, at one point I felt like I couldn't breathe when you were walking out in that. Right, let's dampen this up now and let's see what it looks like together. I'm going to keep my cloth here. I'm going to try and keep my hand out out of the way. I do desperately need to go and get my nails done again, but I'm just trying to wait. What's the point in getting them done now and then getting them done in another 2.5 weeks? So I'm just trying to bide my time and be patient. Are you kidding me? On Sunday? Is that what it's called? We'll have to message my dad. That's my dad's name, Dennis. Well, I've heard that as well. Snow might be on its way. I know it's hit Yorkshire. I mean, we're nowhere near Yorkshire, but still, it's still in the UK. I hope we do. It's fun for the kids, isn't it? Just for a couple of days anyway. I know my eldest likes it. I think he's praying for a snow day from school. That looks a bit better now. Just keep checking it because I don't want to accidentally put my finger in it. I know it is a bit silly, isn't it? And where do they come up with these names? Who is it, that main person that's sat in the office going, right, well, today this one's going to be called Dennis. And next week it's going to be called, I don't know, John. Who is that person that decides that? It is a bit silly. Is it the person that found it, or who knows that it's coming, or what? I don't know. Well, they need to find a Storm Debbie, or at least Deborah. Is that light all right tonight, guys? Because I've got it almost on the full setting. Because I watched back my other live stream and it just looked a little bit dim. So I'm hoping that's a bit better that tonight. Good. So does anybody else know of any new boots that are coming out? tried to leak myself, no success. I just like to know what's coming out. Well, this one's been terrible. Absolutely terrible. Oh, thank you, Tammy. Yeah, this one has been terrible. My dad's got a gazebo in the back garden and that flew off. Completely gone. I think that was on Sunday night, actually. I've known, bad wind, but I'd never known it to last this amount of time. It's sort of like not stopped. Now, I've mentioned it before, I get really bad anxiety with the wind like this, and I've just not been able to manage to sleep. So our house is right next to a field as well, so that doesn't help. It's just like a constant bashing at the house. March 17th. Ooh, that's the day I get back. That could be a coming home present. Oh my god. How on earth are you going to get a trampoline down from a tree? Well, I hope they sorted that, Lauren. That's not good. Our local supermarket on Sunday completely lost power. And my husband had sent him out to do the shopping because I didn't want to take the little one out the house. And he messaged me saying, oh, the power's been cut off, etc., etc. Then a couple of minutes later, the power's back on, but the checkout that I'm stood at to pay is still broken. 7 minutes later, still broken. Where was it? A bad one then, Jude? Yeah, that's when I was born in 87. It's scary though, isn't it? Really scary. Lauren's a baby. Lauren's a young one. Now, what did happen in 87? I don't know either. Oh my god, I'd be terrified. Kirsty. Yeah. We went to Wales a couple of months ago and we stopped in like it's not a caravan, it's like a home that stays there all the time, but it's not like a house. It's like a cross between a house and a caravan. I don't know what you call them. And the weather was so bad there, you could see the windows bowing in with the wind. And we was meant to be stopping there for the full weekend. And that was Friday evening. By Saturday morning, we was on our way back home. Because I just couldn't handle it. You know, it literally felt like it was going to blow away. I don't think it helped because it was right at the beachfront as well. And we've not been back since, actually. I don't think that was meant to be stormy season either. I don't believe anyway. Right, the darkest shade for this side I'm going to pick. See, I can't read these. I'm sure I need glasses now. Mallard green. Yeah, it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun at all. The trouble is as well when you go to like places like Wales for like breaks and stuff, you can't really do much apart from walking around. And obviously if the weather's that bad, you can't be doing that anyway, so it was sort of like either go home or sit in this in this sort of caravan with the weather that bad and not being able to do anything with the 2 kids. So I think we opted for the right choice for coming home. But we got back home and it was like, you know, blazing sun. Weird. I'm just doing the exact same thing that I did on the other side, just darkening it up and try and make these areas a little bit lighter. I haven't used Inktense in a little while actually. I feel terrible. You know, I've got all these different mediums and I'm trying my best to get through them. There's only so many hours, you know, that I can colour and paint and stuff in a day. So I'm just trying to sift through them. See, even that would scare the life out of me. A minor typhoon. No. I think they're just asking for trouble if you ask me, Jude. How do they know which way that tornado's going to go? I mean, they don't, do they? That's why I know there's a couple of films, isn't there? Like about storm chasers. I've never watched one of them. Too scared. Because I think, oh my God, what if that happens over here? I'm just doing each section, and then before I move into the top one, I'm just wiping off the brush just so I can blend the colour up. So yeah, I hope that it's not really bad this weather this weekend night on Saturday with us having to go to Liverpool, because that's right on the seafront. So that will be interesting. Luckily we only have to be there at 1 o'clock, so we can get there for 11:30, find where we need to go. How can they charge that though? It's ridiculous. £127. Ugh. We have to pay it, otherwise I don't go. Oh, Lauren, I don't mind watching stuff like, you know who Bear Grylls is? I like watching stuff like that, but actual proper films where there's, you know, like big typhoons and bad rain, and I can't watch them. Well, exactly, Tammy, yeah. I'm not into films that make me cry. No, thank you. That's the same thing again. Bring it upwards. My poor dogs as well haven't been out like properly in a few days now. It's literally grab all. We've got patio doors right behind me, and the main back door is at the side of the house, and that's like a wind tunnel. So we use the patio doors at the back of me. You have to grab onto it with both of your hands just to open the doors to let them outside to go for a wee. And it's literally standing at the door. Rollo, Evie, get in quick! Because they're all these tiny little dogs. I do like these colour choices that I've picked, actually. Lauren, there's pictures on my Instagram, love. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. There's pictures of Isabel. And then go a little bit further up. And then there's pictures of the dogs. I've added a few, actually, I think. Rollo is the black one. And Evie's the creamy coloured one. I'm pretty sure there's a few on there anyway. I don't get them up on my lap because number one, they'll knock my camera over. Number two, they won't get down. They sleep in crates behind me, and they're both in Evie's crate. That's what they always do. Thank you. I didn't realise it pops up. It pops up on my laptop, the Instagram, when people comment on it. Yeah, my daughter loves the black one. She's not really too bothered about the white one. The white one's not bothered about her, but they're really, really sweet together, them two. She just doesn't like a barking. They bark when anybody comes into the house or knocking. I mean, but all dogs do that, don't they? She just doesn't handle that very well. One of them's getting on now. One of them's 7. I don't actually know how long Chihuahua's meant to live for. I hope it's a long time yet, anyway. My husband wants a sausage dog when he's older. When we're like old, he wants to get a sausage dog. You have a dog phobia? Real like a panic. Yeah, that is a massive dilemma, isn't it? Is there any reason that you've got that? Did something happen, Lauren? Hi, Casa. Welcome. Is that something to do, Jude, with the? Because I know, like, you know, Great Danes, they don't live as long. Is it to do with it because the heart's having to work a lot more to pump the body, pump the blood around the body? Is it something like that? Oh, switch. Yeah, well, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I suppose as well it's worse. I mean, I don't like it either when people have got the dogs off the leads and you don't know that dog, you don't know that person, so how can you trust it? I hate it when you go into the park and you get I get dogs running up to the buggy with Isabel in, and my son got bit. We're talking, how old is he now? 13. He must have been about 5 or 6 years old, and we was in a pet shop and it was a border collie cross dog, and it jumped up and it bit his eye. And I had to take him to the hospital, and they checked out his eye, and it had just missed the colour part. I don't know what it's called, like the blue part of his eye. It had just missed that, but it had scratched part of the white bit of his eye. It's safe to say that dog didn't go in that shop anymore. But yeah, I've been funny about big dogs. So like I said, if I'm in a park or if I'm with Isabel, I'll purposely cross over the road. If I don't know the dog, that is. If I know the person and I know the dog, you know, I'm usually all right. But I do tend to like smaller dogs now. Cassie, thank you very much. This is a background that I've previously done because I have finished all the backgrounds in this boot. So I'm just slowly but surely, you know, getting around to do, you know, finishing each of the images. It's just taking me a little while. There's quite a few in this book. So, are you talking about me? So if you are, I'll go on to it now. There you go. How did I do the background? All ink tents. All ink tents the background, all going around these areas. And ink tents on the moon, or is it a sun, whatever it is, the planet in the background. And I went over with like a see-through nail polish, but it had gold flecks of glitter in it. Hey Candy, welcome. Happy Tuesday to you as well. So did that work all right for you? Right, so let's carry on here. I want to add a little bit going up here. I really do want to get quite a bit of this page done tonight, really. I don't like having 1,000,001 whips going. So let's be a bit quicker, shall we? Been tempted to buy Intense. Have you tried any sort of water mediums before, Cassie? It was a very big learning curve, to be honest, when I first bought these, because I'd not tried watercolour pencils, nothing. But all I did was just watch loads and loads of YouTube videos and taught myself that way. But yeah, they're really nice. They are really nice. I'd recommend them anyway. So let's go in with this other side now. I think I'm going to leave some of these crystals. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? No, I'm going to go over them. And then I can go over them later with like a clear stickles. So if you just put the base colour there, that should be okay. I don't want to get my colours mixed up here. So which is which here? So that one needs to go back. Oops, too much water. Just wipe that off. The only thing you've got to remember with Intense is once you've put that colour down, you ain't getting it back up. Right, Deborah. I enjoyed your stream last night. Lauren, I'll see you probably next week anyway. Next week. If not, I might have a chance to do a video this week. Thank you, Sue. I hope you managed to see the picture of the dogs as well, just so you're aware that you know what we're talking about. Josephine, hello. How are you? You just popping in while you're at work? That's naughty. You just got back in, but your phone's going to go soon. By any chance, did you use your dining table, Deborah? Did you move all the potpourri and the runner? Did you get your dining table back? That's what I was doing for the longest time. We've got like the runner on there. We've got a big vase with fake flowers and candles, and I was having to move it every single night. So it was like a blessing when I got this table. My mother-in-law gave me the money for it as a present, you know, for doing well on YouTube. It was really sweet of her. Oh, you're on your lunch. Right, I thought you meant, you know, if you was sat there at work or doing something at work. Jocelyn, that's all right then. Is it Nellis? Nellis? I've not seen you before, from Chicago. Welcome. What are the comments? Thank you, Debbie. It was one that I've previously done, and I'm just coming back to it. Is that my other tripod? Scared the life out of me. Yeah, I did a flip through at the start of the stream just to show everybody what I'd actually done in this book. I'm going to lift it up in a minute because you'll laugh when you see how thick this book is now. With how much mixed media. Oh, it's very cold here as well. Very, very cold. We're having pretty bad storms at the minute. I'm going to try and do this without the pages touching too much. Well, I hope you can see that. Look at that. Let me just take my finger out for a second. That's all because of the mixed media, the watercolour, the collage, everything that I've done in this book. I've just sort of chucked everything at it. I'm just checking that it's right, yeah. We don't like it cold. We don't like it too warm either. It is really good paper, Deborah. Really, really good paper. I don't know What's the other one called? Spirit Animals. I don't know what the paper's like in that one, but to be honest, I have thought about getting a second copy and just using pencils maybe in that one, because this is probably my favourite of Hanna Karlzon's. Actually, it is my favourite by quite a long way, actually. It's brilliant, and I love the paper, the feeling of the paper, especially with the Inktense. It's got like it's like a crispy feeling. If you've ever used Inktense in the Amazon Create Space paper, and that really does sound crunchy. Oh, I'm just blocking this colour in now because I just want to darken it with this other colour. You know me, guys, sometimes, you know, I just can't be bothered with doing anything too fancy. And I think that this works for what I'm going for anyway tonight. How many whips have you got now, Deborah? Did you finish that? You did, didn't you, that dragon one? Because you did lightning in the wings. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you did. I think I saw the picture on Facebook, your finished picture. Right, I'm going to go and put the darker green on the inside. You can hear how crispy this paper is, actually. And I'm going over it. Exactly, I've just got, it wasn't last week, it was probably the week before, the Mythomorphia. I've got a second copy of that now because I know I'm going to colour in it. That's really one of my favourites. Cassie, are you using a lot of water? I mean, I've been alright with the Hanna Karlzon ones. You've been sent home with strep throat. Oh gosh, I hope you feel better soon. You can iron pages, you know, if you've used a watercolour. If you put the iron on a very low setting and you put quite a thick towel over the top of the picture and just go over with the iron a couple of times, it does flatten it out, believe it or not. It does, it works. Yeah, I thought the dragon one was done. I wasn't imagining that then, Debbie, was I? Oh, that's not good, Candy. You've got your plate full then, haven't you? Both children ill. No one's been ill in this house for a little while, apart from me yesterday, but I think that was just a bit of a tummy bug. But the children haven't been ill in a little bit, so touch wood. You know, they're not going to get ill. Yeah, if there's a weird texture on it, yeah. With watercolour and them boots, Kirsty, you have to work in the very thin layers. Don't put loads of water on. Let it dry between layers. Otherwise, it will go. I think it's called pilling. Like if I constantly went over the same area, it looks like bitter. It looks the texture of the paper looks a bit weird. It's called pilling, I believe. I learnt that from Dee Dee. Cassie, I mean, I'd just suggest practicing. It took me a long time to get used to any of these water mediums. I mean, I think I'm getting better at watercolour anyway, not Inktense, watercolour. I'm getting better at that. I'm practicing with watercolour quite a bit. Is this the right colour here? Felt green? No. This one. Yeah, but I have practiced a lot with just watercolour, not watercolour pencils. And I'm hoping that it's showing nice in some of my work. And she says that, and she's not sat here doing watercolour and doing ink tints, but still, it's all on my Instagram anyway. I more or less share everything on there. 9 times out of 10 anyway. Definitely, by the sounds of it, that wind is calming down. Thank God. I didn't fancy another morning of that walking in it. See, when I'm dipping the water in here, literally, I'm dipping it in and then I'm wiping it straight off on like an old cloth, and then I'm going in. So there's barely any water. I mean, it might help. Cassie, what sort of brushes do you use? I do use water brushes, but I do use normal watercolour brushes as well. These are the Arteza ones. I know you're doing really well, Kirsta. You're doing really well. You're beating me on Instagram. I need to catch you up, won't I? No worries, Deborah. I'll probably see you on Sunday or Monday. Is that the day that you said you were going to stream? If I can, anyway. Right, I'm going to darken this other green one. As you can see, I'm just doing it in really, small layers, letting it dry, only putting a little bit of water down each time. I still, you know what? I'm still not 100% understanding Instagram. I'm still learning myself. I am still learning myself when it comes to Instagram. I think I've got my head around YouTube a little bit more. And yesterday I went past the hours needed. I think it's 4,000 hours of watch time, and I went out. It was this morning when I logged in and had a look, and I've gone over it. It was like 4,016 at the time, which is brilliant. I just need to hit that 1,000. I don't think it's going to happen before you know what? It'll probably end up happening when I'm on my holidays. It will. So you'll see me from Disney World. I'll do a video. Go, yay, 1,000. No worries, Casa. So we'll see. Jude, you're completely right. This is what I said about this one. I know the paper's better in this one. I did pay a little bit more money for this one. I think I paid about £14 at the time. This is Soulmates, but I have heard a couple of people saying that the spirit animals, the paper in it, isn't as good. So if I did get a second copy of this, it would be this publisher. It would, I wouldn't try any others. Oh, I've not heard of that before. Rainforest Escape. Let me just, because I've got my laptop up here now, I'll just put that in the Google bar, just so I don't forget. Rainforest Escape. Right, Rainforest Escape. Right, yeah, it's flipped up there on the YouTube, so I'll be able to have a look at that after I press it now. It might mess up. So thank you, sir. I'll have a look at that. I don't actually know. Which version is this then? I have no idea. I'm going to leave the greens for now, and I'm going to start working on the flames. But I want the flames matching this. Matching, is it a phoenix? The phoenix on the other side. But my only problem with that is I'm going to have to choose colours that are, not too similar. I might have to go for more yellowy colours. Right, I've got sun yellow, sienna gold, and tangerine. I can't make it as dark as that side because it won't stand out. You've got the rainforest one. You've not done anything with it yet. Is there any reason for that? Have you got a lot of boots, Jude? Also, why I've got the best paper then. See, well, that's the reason then I'm not having any problems with the water. I mean, look at it with acrylic. It's just worked fabulously. That's acrylic as well. That's Inktense again. I know, Kirsty, you said you like this one. I do need to count my books. I've not actually counted them. I think if I counted them, I'd be very disappointed with the amount that I've bought and the amount I've not coloured. But to be fair, I think I colour pretty quick. So I do get a good amount done each month. I mean, I think last month I did, was it 22 or 23? I counted. So, you know, this is how I'm justifying it to myself anyway, guys. And do you colour every day, Jude? Have you got time to do some sort of art every day? I don't like just saying colouring because it's not, is it? Kirsty, you'll find time. You will. And Jude, I'm same. And I'm really, 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 I'm going to have to wait for my birthday. I really would like the Holbein pencils, but they're so expensive. So I think I'm going to have to ask my family for pennies for my birthday and then put them all together. Because they're super duper expensive. And I wouldn't mind the luminance as well. I shouldn't know because I've got the Prismas, you know, I should be happy with that. But it's just because I want to try them, that's all. Well, I agree with you. I don't sit here if I'm tired. If I'm tired, I will go to bed and more or less probably either read or play on the Switch and play on Pokemon. But I can't sit here tired and concentrate on colouring. It'll just end up turning out a mess. Oh, there's a shop, Josephine. There's a shop over here actually. Oh gosh, what's it called? I can't think off the top of my head. And I have ordered from them before. That's it. Yep, Jackson Art is the one that we've just been bloody talking about. They do open stock, don't they? But the only trouble is with open stock is you work out the price of the pencil, right? And then work out the price of the pencil if you buy the full set. And there's a big, you know, difference. I mean, you could do it over time. Can you, did they not do the smaller set? Well, saying that, if you get the smaller sets, you've no way of building that set up. They are very expensive, aren't they? I think there was a lady on YouTube, I can't remember her name, and she managed to get them from Amazon Japan, I think. And I think all in all, with the postage and with the taxes and everything that you have to pay, I think it was about £230 on eBay, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but it was around that figure. And then she worked it out, if she'd bought it from Amazon or whatever, it would probably have been closer to 290, I think, or 280. Well, they're the main reason, Kirsty, that I want to try them. The pastel shades. That's weird that you've just said that. I've literally just been saying that. So, yeah, so it is cheaper on the Japan one. I do think I've got an account already set up. When I was looking at them weeks ago, obviously I just didn't order them. I'll just have to, like I said, I'll wait for my birthday and see if I get any pennies off my family. Which, what are we now? February. I've got November to wait. Yeah, would they not ship there? Maybe the shipping would be too expensive. I'm just getting a nice flat colour down there, and I'm going to do the exact same thing on the Phoenix, and then by the time that I finish this should be dry, so we can sort of, you know, back to back. I do really like this shade. It's a really, you know, it's a flat shade, a flat colour. There's no streakiness, no nothing to this one. And this one's sun yellow. It's the second lightest in the set. So I know you're waiting for your other thing to come, Kirsty, but when are you gonna start in that book? Because like I said, people don't mind if you started in it, as long as you take a picture of the picture not done, if you know what I mean. So exactly, I've got it on my wish list, and that's what I thought. I might as well wait and get the whole set for the price difference, opposed to buying just the pastel ones, because knowing my look, I'll absolutely love them, you know, and I'll be upset that I didn't just wait for the full set. But it's a lot of money, isn't it? It is a lot of money. How much is luminance, Nice? Are we talking 180, 90? Or is it more than that? For 72? I'm putting quite medium pressure here now just to get the ink colour down. Like I said, we're going to go over it with darker colours anyway. I don't think I'm going to be able to do a skin and ink tints. I've definitely not mastered that. I might just have to do that in my own time. Slowly but surely getting there. I'm desperate to start watching that new season of You as well. Has anybody watched that yet? I really enjoyed the first one. I think the second one's out now, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure it is anyway. Ooh, learning some drawing. That's what I started doing. Because this is where it all started. Because I was drawing pictures of characters from baby TV. Because I couldn't find any merchandise online, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to draw it myself. So I drew pictures, and then I coloured them in, and then bang, that were it. That's what started this. And then I bought the Jade Summers colouring book, and then it sort of started from there. But I did initially start drawing again. You might as well have a go. There's nothing to lose, is there? There's nothing to lose. I don't think I've got the patience for it anymore. The drawing aspect of it, I just like the image being there and colouring it. But if that's what you want to do, you know, go for it. I even bought a light box, and that's in Lewis's drawer now because he uses it for school. It's like darting from one thing to the next. I think colouring has been the longest hobby that I've actually had now. I've been doing it since May, and I've been doing it every single day religiously. I mean, unless I was poorly, or unless Isabel was poorly, I've been colouring or painting, you know, whatever, some sort of art, every single day since May. And I absolutely love it, and I could kick myself that I didn't start earlier. I was watching, I don't know if you know her channel. You probably do, because she's quite popular, Lavella's Colouring. And I'd already watched this video months and months ago, because it's like a year old. But it was her art supply collection, that was the word. You know what? I really enjoyed that. It was like in 2 parts. And I was writing down all the things that I'd like to try. How's Lewis getting on with his art? He's still doing it. He's not overly enjoying it. I think he wants to get more into computers now. You know, to get onto the computer side of things like graphics. He wants to create computer games. Surprise, surprise! That typical teenage boy. If that's what he wants to do. Jude, I sort of have to be with everything that I've got going on in the day. I don't know what I did before this. I'm speaking to my husband about it. Like, you know, we've got a lot going on with Isabel and all, you know, a condition and everything that we have to deal with. So I don't know how I managed without doing this. So I think I'll probably, you know, do this forever. That's why I know I've got a lot of colouring boots and I've got a lot of supplies, but it's a collection and I can always go back to it. And I just wish that I'd been doing it a little bit longer. It's really sweet as well because once I've finished a picture every morning, I'll show Isabel. Literally every morning. If I've done a picture, I'll go up and look at this picture that Mummy's just finished. And she loves it. How do I stop the notifications from popping up on my laptop for Instagram? Because that's getting on my nerves. It's nice that people are commenting, but when I'm on the live chat, it is a sanity thing, definitely. And yeah, Kirsty, that's all I want to do. He came in from school tonight and he said, right, I'm going to spend an hour on my homework and then can I have a shower and then can I go on Xbox? Right. And then he's been up there, he's come down iced tea and I've not seen him for the rest of the night. Oh, do you know what he said when I told him about his passport being out of date? He says, look at the state of the picture, Mum. He said, I look a mess. He weren't like overly fussed that he might not be able to go on holiday. He was more bothered about how he looked in that picture. 13-year-old teenager. You've got to love them. But I don't wish them on anybody. If I don't get a smile at least once on this holiday off him, I'm not going to be impressed. Just wait, Kirsty. It's all coming to you, my love. Just wait. I think it's when they start high school. I always got one on that. When I found out that Isabel was a girl when I was pregnant, everyone said that to me. So we'll see. That yellow is such a nice colour. It is really, like I said, like just a flat colour. It's not streaking. It's really, you know, it's behaving basically. It's not taking much work at all. And that side should be nearly dry now. Oh, hello, Rolo. Have you arisen? Have you arisen from your pit? Oh, the chocolate's in the way. I've left them there, sorry. Oh, you know, he's going to be well looked after though when he's older, isn't he? All his big sisters looked after him. Rollo? I would have loved to have had a big family. I said that to you numerous times. I really would. You dead looker. Huh? Can you see my picture? I don't know if the camera will be able to see her. Let me, so I can see what you guys are seeing. I know it's going to be upside down. You can't see, can you? There's my Rolo. There's my Rolo. My big fatter. My big fatter, aren't you? Hmm? You stink roll, you need a bath again. You need a bath again. You do. I'm just going over, just making sure that all the ink tents has been activated, and we'll work on the other side. What's up? You want to help? I don't think you're really going to be interested in this, are you? Let me move the chair forward. If you go there like that. Yeah, is that better? I know you like kisses, I know. Why don't you go and annoy either? Eh? I'm going to have to put that dog on a diet. I'm going to start darkening it up now. I've just put her on the floor, she's too heavy. Sit on my lap now. You know what it is? She's had fresh chicken 2 nights in a row, not 3, 2 nights in a row. It's chicken and pasta. Right, let's bring this colour up a little bit. Oh, the brush is still a bit wet there. Thank you, Rutlo, for leaving your fluff. I don't know if that colour is going to be dark enough. It might be okay. Should be. Well, I'm telling you now, I'm not going to get this finished on stream, am I? Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go over that with a darker shade. I'm not quite happy with that. So I'm going to put that one back with the yellow. And then we'll keep with the mid vermilion and tangerine. Let's try them. Let's see if this is any better. It's more of a brighter orange than what's on the sun in the background. Would you say that's the sun or the moon? So when it's your birthday, guys, do you ask for anything to do with colouring? The chest. It's a chest. It's like a treasure chest, I think. I have no idea. I've no idea. It's going to have to probably be a warmer tone. I don't know if there's a warmer tone grey in here. Or something like a tan, possibly. Yeah, so birthdays and, you know, Christmases and stuff, do you guys ask for colouring stuff or do you not? I think if I asked any of my family or friends, can I have this book or this pencils, they probably wouldn't know what I was talking about. So I'd probably just have to ask for money. Burgundy, yeah, possibly. If there's, you know, if there's something like that in here, there isn't a massive colour selection. I mean, that's probably closest to burgundy, which is madder brown. I don't know. We shall see. I'm just going to have to move you up a little bit. Last year at Christmas, I just shared my Amazon wish list. I shared that with my father-in-law. And he rang me up and he said, what do you want? And he ended up buying me that Switch so I could play Pokemon. Oh yeah, I do from my better half, because he knows, well, he knows half of the things I'm talking about when it comes to colouring. Because I talk about it a lot. Just probably not family members. Right, let's bring this up here as well. Yeah, I won't get this finished on stream, but you'll see it at the end of this month anyway. Yeah, so I'm undecided what book that I want to take with me away. It needs to be something with a lot of variety in it. I did think of the first Jasmine book because that has got a lot of different things. What else? Because it can't be too big as well. It can't be, you know, massive because it's on the plane. And I don't want to take ones that I bought from Etsy. I mean, my Clara McCover ones, there's no way that I'm going to take them away with me, just in case something had happened to them. My Kirby boots, they'd just be too big for the plane because there's only so much room that you've got on your lap. What else is there? I could take the coloriage ones, but I'd probably soon get bored with them. Or I could, you know what I could do? I could take a couple of copies of Colour in Heaven. I mean, and if something, God forbid, that you know it won't do. If something happened to them, you know, it's not the end of the world. The magazines, they're not proper colouring books. I don't know. I'm glad you do, Kirsta. I'm glad you do. Have you had time to work in that anymore? Like I said, I've got the stuff for the giveaway already. I'm not telling you what it is before you ask. But it's literally like under my desk here. I've already got it. Or is that just wishful thinking? Like me? But let's be positive. Positive mindset that, you know, I'm going to reach it. If not, I've just got double supplies. I don't know, but I'm going into the kitchen in a minute to get a juice, and I have got my Colour in Heaven calendar on the wall, and it says, I only found this out last week, it says on the calendar when the Colour in Heavens are coming out. So I don't know what date it is, I don't know what issue it is, you know. I think you get a sneak peek, like a preview, if you're subscribed. But the whole reason that I didn't subscribe to Colour in Heaven was because I knew that I wouldn't like every single issue. And it just feels like not necessarily a waste of money because it was cheap at the time. A waste of room on my bookshelf. There's only so much room that I've got. So I'm going to have a look. You might opt out. I think I might do it the same way as last time. You know, not the live one, but do it the other way and give people a chance over the week, because I didn't mind doing the live giveaway, don't get me wrong, but not everyone can be on like that time, and you know, that might not be fair on some people, you know, with time differences and stuff. So with the next giveaway, I'll possibly do that, and then if it doesn't work again, I'll do a live one. So I will be right back, guys. I can't believe he's got the chocolates right at the side of it, and I can see a white chocolate one. He knows that's my favourite. Now I don't know what I'm doing when I go upstairs. Oh, stop being my shadow over you, daft dog. You know what, as well, I forgot to look at the calendar then. Do you want me to go back and check, Kirsta? I've not heard of that before. What is it, Jude? What sort of style? Yeah, I've not heard of that. just take a picture of that and then I can Google it later on when I'm off the stream. Right. Have you subscribed to them, Jude, then, if you know that? Hello, Needle. What do you want now? These two colours have gone together brilliantly. Have any of you watched Modern Family before? It's a comedy. We're going to start watching that again from the very first season. That is probably one of the funniest shows I've ever seen. We were watching one of the later episodes last night in bed. We both said to each other, we need to watch this from the beginning. It's just hilarious. I think it was on Sky originally. So what sort of style is it, Kirsty? Because I can't look right now. If you can think of an artist off the top of your head, what are they similar to? Or are they completely unique? You know, or is it, what is it? Is it portraits? Is it animals? Or is it wildlife? Or Kirsty, you've got to watch Modern Family. It's so funny. I really do recommend that program. Oh, give over. You're not, are you? I have never, ever sat down and never even watched 5 minutes of that program, let alone a full episode. I'll definitely have a little look. I do like to have a heads up, you know, before the issue comes out. But did any of you buy that dog one, the special edition one? I saw it in I was in town actually the day that it came out in WH Smith's, and I saw it in there, and you know, it was definitely not my cup of tea, unfortunately, because I knew that if I'd bought that, the only reason that I was buying it is to buy it for YouTube, and it'll be on my my bookshelf, never to be touched again. So I refrained. You know, I didn't do it. Do we know when it's out? Or shall I check the calendar? Because I forgot when I went in the kitchen then. But yeah, I couldn't believe that. I've had that calendar since the end of November. And I've literally had it hung up on my wall, and I didn't notice that the actual Colour in Heaven magazine dates were on it. I think I coloured the Hanna picture the day that I got it. I've done the Misfits one, I think. And I've been naughty and I've not done any of the others. February is literally hanging up in my kitchen, black and white, not coloured. Very naughty. But if I don't really like the image, I don't want to force myself into colouring it. I think they've got it on sale as well right now, the calendar. I believe. See how easy these colours are blending together, it's brilliant. (19th), what date are we today? The 11th. Well, it's not too long then. Yeah, there was some nice images. There was that little sausage dogs. I really like sausage dogs. But, you know, I wouldn't have coloured in it. It was too grayscale for me, unfortunately. So I'll wait tomorrow. You'll be fine, Kirsta. You'll be fine. I have seen, I've not tried it myself, but I have seen a few different people using the compressed white chalk on tone tan paper. You know, to add the highlights and then go over with your coloured pencil. Or then when you finish, you can add the charcoal at the end to add the highlights. I think what I might do is buy a pad with the tone tan paper. I think they're about £15, not nice. And then I'll scan the set of art in myself and, you know, print it off myself. No, not at all. Not at all. You don't have to. No. Where is it? Bear with me a minute. I have got. It's a smaller one. I have printed images off and I've coloured them and messed them up. But I've got the smaller pad. So I have used tone tan paper before. And you can do lighter skin tones. That's like a good base, you know, for your skin tone. I'm not getting back up there, put that back. Yeah, Jude, they were all grayscale. And the Colour in Heaven, the special edition one, the dog one, they were all grayscaled. I mean, I picked up the book and I was flicking through the images and I thought, you know, that there's no point in even, I couldn't really add much to it because there was that much grayscale on the images. I'm pretty sure there'll be flip throughs on YouTube of that, Nash. Would have thought so anyway. Right, I'm going to add this orange to here because I didn't like that lighter colour that I did before. It was one of the, it wasn't the gold foiling, it was a red one, I believe. The red foiling, I don't know what they call that. Is that a special edition or, you know, something like that? Right, let's start dragging that colour up now. That other one that I put down was way too light. That's better. That's better. Is it a new one? Yes, it came out. How long ago was I on time? Probably about 2 weeks ago. It came out a few days after the last issue, Jude. It was the last time that I nipped into time, so it's probably about 2 weeks ago. Give or take. Anyway. And like I said, it wouldn't have been a part of the subscription. You would have had to pay for that separately. I need to sharpen this. But I hope you can see what I'm going for here. I'm not going to be able to do the skin. I'm not even going to attempt to tackle the skin with the Inktense. I wouldn't even know where to start. I've not practiced that. There must be. I've got a Cats issue that was the first copy that my husband picked out, actually, that was available in stores. Cats 2019, I want to say. Yes, Daniel? Do you want to say hello?
No, I'm not looking.
You don't really want to say hello, don't you? Say hi to Kirsta.
Why?
Because I said so.
Yeah,
I'm talking to Kirsty, I'm
clearly
talking to Jude.
That being 14 people.
Yeah.
13 people. Someone binned you off, you're getting annoyed.
It's you. It's you. Kirsty just said I am. She said a phone nearly wrote Fanny. Oh, imagine. He just comes over every now and again just to have a little bit of a nosy, I think. He sat there with his headphones in. Being courteous, not having the TV on for me. I'm not adding loads and loads of this. I just want a tiny little bit just to add a bit of shadows. You'll have to do me a swapsies, Kirsty. You pick an image and I'll have one of yours and you can have one of mine on white paper. That's a good deal, that. I know he's walking back downstairs now. Do you think he'll respond to Fanny? I think he'll just laugh at me. Or he'll not take me on. One of the two. Would you have responded to Fanny? He just went no and put his headset back on. Kirsty, I had to, you know the plastic thing that's on the end of it? I've kept that somewhere actually. And it says Mariola Buda. I slid that out. I've slid that out and I bought a little folder. You've seen it a couple of times, a little pink folder. And it was about £2, £3 from Tesco's. So then I took them all out of that plastic thing that it come in and I put them all in them so they've got their separate own sleeves to keep them protected. You know, so when I finish the pictures, they're protected. I didn't like them in that plastic thing. I thought it was too awkward. But I still kept it. Yeah, you just slide it up or down, you know, whatever. You can get it back on there, but in my opinion, you're better off keeping them, you know, protected. Tammy, thank you. And yeah, Kirsty, I'd love that because it'd save me bothering printing them. I was having really bad trouble with printer at weekend. Really bad trouble. I still not 100% figured out what the issue is. It's because I had to change the ink cartridge and it was like the printer wasn't recognising that I'd put a new one in. But then when I was testing, like you press a button and it tests how much ink you've got, it was saying that I had full. I just couldn't get my head around it. And I spent, well, Isabel was sleeping for 2 hours and I spent that 2 hours trying to fix it. So it's not coming back out until probably next weekend now. No, I'm usually good with technology. It usually just links up to my phone straight away and I'll scan something, you know, press print. But it just, it's something to do with, according to a YouTube video that I watched, after you've changed the cartridge in your printer for the 4th time, it stops recognising it for some stupid reason. So that's what happened. I don't know how I'm going to fix it. I'm going to have to take it in somewhere and get it looked at. I don't know how much that's going to cost. What are you up to now, Tammy? I've missed a bit of orange there. I missed a lot of orange actually. When we finally finished Sex and the City 2 movie. So that's it now. I've done the full box set. I've done both films. So we can move on to something else. That's why I was talking about Modern Family. If you've never seen that program, you really need to. It's hilarious. The printer I have is a Canon MG3000, I think it's called, 3000. And the ink, I originally was using the Canon one, and then the last time that I changed it, I used an Amazon brand one, which was cheap as chips, and it worked fine. And then I've used the same cartridge again, but you know, because I got 2 in a pack. and then it's not working. But I think that printer cost me about £35. And then your paper, you're talking anything from £3 to £10, depending what you want. You've never watched Sex and the City? I love it. That's probably one of my favourite programmes, that. No, it doesn't. You've seen that. Oh gosh, which book is it in now? 1 second. Which one is it in? Bear with me, guys. Yep, here it is. Is it that one? Yep. There's quite a few pages actually that I've printed out, and I have not had a problem. These are the sleeves that I was talking about. Keep your pages protected. Right, so I use watercolour with this, printed it out myself. I use watercolour with this one, printed it out myself on watercolour paper, which is really, really thick. And my others are in the other binder. But yeah, it's absolutely fine. Doesn't run. This is what I was trying to explain to Mario the Budek. I don't understand how I can buy a cheap £35 printer and it doesn't run, whereas hers runs. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't really make sense, does it? But hey ho, I'll probably still be complaining about that for weeks to come. So I'm putting that orange back, so I don't need that now. Yeah, but printers are always on offer, so just shop around. But I would definitely, if you're starting to buy PDFs off Etsy or wherever, I would definitely recommend you buying a printer. It's a good investment. I use mine as well for schoolwork as well for Lewis. You know, if he ever needs anything, it's just easy. It's there, it's done. Or if you're sending anything back to Amazon, you just print the label off yourself. Then you don't have to wait in the post office. Right, just let me just get this down so I don't mess it up. It's a bit darker, the shade. The glare. I'm going to go over that with a gold gel pen, I think. Oh yeah, you will need one. You'll need one, and then you'll need possibly a laptop as well. It's just school nowadays, isn't it? Right, so where am I going? I'm going this way. I'm going to add some gold gel pen. I've bought some new ones. I know me, you're not on, but if you do rewatch it, I have topped it up. I managed to get some cheaper ones on Amazon. Right, where's my gold? I want my used gold. I'll just use this one, it's fine. It's going to get used up either way anyway. Right. To be honest, if she's got an iPad, she can do everything on that coaster. If I'm using the laptop or for whatever reason, is the shadow alright there? I'm a bit worried that if I put my hand there, you can't really see, can you? That should be a bit better. Yeah, she can use the iPad. Lewis uses his phone. If he can't use this because I'm using it for whatever reason, he uses his phone. So don't worry about it. Don't fall into the trap of, you know, she definitely needs one, because she doesn't. You'll get away. Can you see the shine on that? She can get away with using a phone or the iPad. And if you get a printer, specifically that printer that I use, I don't know about any other printer, but you can connect your phone and your iPad and your laptop up to it. So you don't necessarily need a laptop, you know, just to use a printer. You're left-handed, how will that work on a camera? What do you mean? You've confused me there. What do you mean? You mean videoing? Is that what you mean? The best, probably, actually, the best colorist on YouTube is left-handed. Yeah, Chris Chang, she's left-handed. Surely you've watched her videos before, like the speed colorings and color alarms, that sort of thing. How weird's that? How weird's that? Her videos are really, really good. Really good. And she'll explain everything that she's doing. She doesn't talk in the videos. She does it as, you know, typing out what she does. You're the neatest. My brother-in-law is left-handed. Whenever he comes over for tea, I sit there and I watch him. How do you do that with your left hand? I didn't know you were left-handed. I think I'm going to do all these little dots actually just to make them matching. But yeah, I found these, you know, these are my favourite gel pens. The Pentel one. If you go on the Amazon warehouse deals, 9 times out of 10, these gel pens will be on there. I think I paid about £7 for a pack of 8. I mean, you can't get better than that. So always check out the warehouse deals. And there was nothing, I mean, obviously the packaging doesn't really matter to me. But there was nothing wrong with the packaging, nothing wrong with the pens. That is really weird, isn't it? That's is it ambidextrous? Oh, Tammy, so you've had to learn to use your left hand then? That could be the same with Isabel because she can't use her left hand at all. She keeps it in a fist and up to her body. She only uses her right hand, but maybe she could have been born left-handed, but she's had to adapt. I don't know. Yeah. I do apologise for the coughing in the background. Right, so carry on. I'm definitely going to have to finish this off camera. How long have I been streaming now? I'm coming up to 2 hours. Time flies. Right, I don't want to add any more gold, so I'm quite happy with that. So let's move on to the more turquoise one. But yeah, if you've not tried these gel pens and you're thinking about getting glitter gel pens, please don't buy the cheap ones. I've fell down that hole and bought like 50 glitter gel pens for like £10–15, and you know what, they all ended up either given away or in my son's drawer, and he uses them for school, because you can't beat these pens, in my opinion. And they're not overly expensive. You can buy them open stock. Eventually had no choice. But it's good that you've managed to learn that though, Tammy. Kirsty, they're the light's not going to like me, is it? Pentel Hybrid Dual Metallics. So I buy the set of 8 on Amazon. But you can go to, there's a store, I can't remember the name of it. They do them at open stock and they're about £2.40 each, so you're better off buying the pack. Let me show you. You would have seen them before. There you go. Really, really, really nice. I think I've run out, which is my favourite colour now. This is the only reason that I bought a backup. This colour. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's orange and metallic yellow, but it looks like a copper, like a copper shade. So once I've done this bit, guys, I'm going to call this a night. I've not got as much done as I wanted to. Hopefully I can take Isabel to nursery in the morning and get an hour on this. Possibly get it nearly finished. But if it's raining, I can't take her to nursery. Yeah, I'm going to end it there, guys. So, yeah, I'll finish this off camera and you will see it in the February finished pages. Yeah, February. I'm probably going to have to... I might have to upload that a little bit earlier. A day or two earlier this month with everything else that's going on. So, I hope you don't mind. So, time to tidy up this mess now. I've just got stuff everywhere. But, Kirsty, if you don't mind, pick a page out. I'm not asking you to pick a few because that's cheeky. But I'd love to trade it, you know, with you. And it saves me trying to worry about this stupid printer. You know, then buying the extra paper. I won't really want to print them out on that small paper. I'm just tidying up as I'm going. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Jude. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, I'll see you next week anyway, guys. I'm hoping to be able to film this week, but obviously, you know, commitments, family, Isabel. If I can't get on, then you'll see me this time next week. Yeah, see you later, guys. Thanks for coming. Bye.